My name is David Boström and I'm the CEO of the Embracer Games archive that's located here in Karlstad in Sweden. I really love video games. I've been playing my whole life and I've always been the guy that people went to when they have video game questions. I also had a father who also was into video games, so he brought home every new video game for me. So I've been playing my whole life. It's my biggest passion in life. The idea to the archive comes from Lars Wingefors, who is the co-founder and the CEO of the Embracer Group. He's been in the video game industry basically his whole life. And this is like a way for Embracer Group to give something back to the video game industry and the video game culture. He came up with the idea of creating an archive for video games. So it was his idea, and also his private collection were the starting foundation for this archive. So the archive today consists of 71,000 objects, and every object is now registered into our database. And our main focus is the games, but we also of course have game systems like computers and consoles. And also there's a lot of accessories like controllers and different kinds of helpful tools that you need to play the games. The video game industry is one of the biggest industry in entertainment. It's even bigger than film and music combined. And nobody has really taken on the lead in preserving video games. And this is something that we believe is very important. There will always be a need to be able to look back, just like any other form of culture. And this archive can really open up great possibilities for other people to see how the culture has evolved. It's very important for us that the games here in the archive can be a useful resource for others. So 3 years ago, I was given the honorable mission to build this archive, and when I entered this premises, it didn't look anything like it looks today. It was basically a worn-out warehouse. So I started visualizing, and I needed some shelves. It was one of my first missions. So I contacted Bruynzeel, I find their homepage, and I got in contact with Elin. I wonder if she actually believed my first email.
My name is Elin Mattsson and I work as a sales rep for Bruynzeel Scandinavia, Sweden specifically. David from Embracer Games archive contacted me 3 years ago. It was really fun to get that email from David because it's not your everyday question that people are going to build a games archive. So I was quite hyped from start and we emailed a bit. With design and drawings, and eventually I went to Karlstad to meet up with David and look at the location and the premises. So we delivered a system called Compactus XDR. It's a mobile shelving system, electronically driven this time, with lighting at the top. So the shelving itself in the mobile compact system, it's 7 meters long and 3 meters high. We delivered some static shelving as well. Used as bookshelves and a bit more display shelves.
So Bruynzeel had everything that I searched for. I needed a shelf that was really adaptable because we have a lot of different objects. We have small games, we have big consoles and big packages, and yeah, I really needed shelves that could fit both small objects and also big objects. And they were also, you could choose the color. I really like that. At the front panel, you could have in whatever color you want, and also the shelf, you could have in which color you want. So I really wanted an archive that stood out a little bit. So I chose the purple color, which is like the main color for the Embracer Group. I really like this crank system, this kind of retro. And when you see an archive, a typical archive, you often see this crank, and we like the retro touch. But eventually we decided for the electronic-driven shelf, which are more convenient and more up-to-date, and it's very easy to use. So if we would have used the crank, it wouldn't be that easy to hold the games and use the crank in the same time, and it will be not safe for the games.
When I was younger, I had 3 siblings who didn't have that much money, but it was a big thing when we got our first Sega console at home. So we played a lot on that. And now I have 2 kids and my son plays video games all the time. And it would be his dream to come here with me and watch this place.